everyone. Welcome to Divine Secret Tarot. I I understand the title of this video is a little bit obscure because a lot of divine feminines, I say a lot of, there are feminines who are experiencing some more purges. It's almost as if once you ascend once and more things come up and all of a sudden you get to the next level. It's almost as if it's kind of relentless, I guess. But what this is meaning is there is still work to do. Now, I was doing a member community call yesterday, and we were talking about how a lot of people tend to get frustrated on this journey as a twin flame because it's like, well, I've done all the healing. Where's my twin flame? Okay, I need to love inwards. I need to trust myself. Okay, where is my twin flame? All right, I've done all of that. I've tackled my traumas and I've done all of these things. Okay, where is my twin flame? And with the intention of you're doing it for the sake of being in union, it won't lead you to twin flame union. The whole point is you're seeking God within, you're seeking source within, you're seeking everything from yourself, but you're also being open to the gifts that the universe is offering to you in a very specific way. And everybody is going to be different when it comes to their type of journey. So yeah, it's all well and good to look at the stages and the waves, but really it tends to leave a lot more people confused. So I only use tarot to help me assist the oracle messages. I tend to say some generalized cards for it to help you. In case those cards show up and you feel a little bit uncertain about what those cards are interpreted as. But this is why I was saying there's very few people who go into the oracle side of things. So I've been shuffling this whole time, and let's go in for some messages from the oracle cards because this is what I'm sensing as well. Thank you, angels, guardians, ancestors, and spirit team, for allowing me to be a channel for the highest and best good. What is happening for the feminines who are purging right now? They almost have, some of you have already gone through a purge, like a major purge, but you're now seeing other feminine energies. It could be a masculine, but it could be their feminine energies going through the purge. And why is that relevant? Well, the thing is, you're seeing it in different stages. And if you have a feminine who is purging right in within your vicinity, within your current reality, it's giving you this information that they are too clearing in a different cycle, in a different wave regarding their ancestors, regarding their ascended journey, regarding their past timelines. So this it's very interesting to see both waves of feminines purging at the same time. And because of the outcome of, even the news at the moment, this is actually affecting the feminines in a much greater way. Um, and it's coming out in various aspects. So I'm going to pull two more cards. I'm going to do a divine masculine and feminine reading. So I'll take the top cards as the feminines and the bottom row as the masculines, and then we'll look at the overall energy. So at the bottom of the deck, what do we need to know right now? The Six of Cups. This is so familiar because there are people from your past coming back around in order to heal you, teach you, stand up for yourself, respect yourself. So, whenever people are coming in from the past, you don't need to think too deeply about it. I know for me, I'm an expert overthinker, but this isn't about that. This is about what is it trying to just teach you because everything's a teachable moment. That's why we're on this journey. But there is something very significant about the Six of Cups and who actually comes in post 11:11. Why am I saying this? Because some of you, like the majority of you, probably did an 11:11 meditation, and within that, you let a lot of things go. So the only things that are going to come through the 11:11 portal are the things that you've chosen. These people who are going to come back around in your vicinity, in your reality, in your consciousness, are here to teach you very specific lessons. And what we don't know is at the back of the deck, we've got the Ten of Swords. So this is still the purging is allowing you to have the awareness that you may not necessarily know exactly what is happening, why it's happening, and you may not necessarily need to go to the de finer details regarding those lessons and teachings. But what this is saying is at the moment, you can still be aware of your emotions. You can still be aware of taking care of yourself and your body and your mind and your spirit and your thoughts. What are you watching? What are you listening to? What are you reading? And then how much time are you spending with those people who are trying to teach you something? And again, those purges don't necessarily have to give you a very specific sign of, oh, this is wrong from when you were 4, right? It doesn't work like that. For some people, it could just mean sitting with yourself. And we have the Four of Swords come up a lot lately. And that's what I'm seeing is that you're already doing the karmic justice, and you may not necessarily need to know the reason why, but it is happening, okay? So take the purges as they come. Know everything is temporary and things will move forward. So, what do we need to know about the divine feminine overall energies? These things are continually asking for you to upgrade feminines. Some of you, I'm hearing, how much more upgrades do we need? Well, the thing is, if you get to a stage where you've upgraded, you probably won't be listening to this channel. This is very specific for people who want to continue to do God's work. And what I mean by that is you want to purposely, consciously, intentionally align with divine. And through divine, you are doing God's work. You are at the will of God. And what does that mean? You are always going to be in service of God. God's plan is bigger. And if you're not believing in God, think about the universe. Think about the broader picture that everything is interconnected with one another. And not only that, we're able to see on a broader spectrum, everything that we do will affect our twin flame, and everything that we are doing as separation in union, some of you are helping the collective. So be of service. Like today, for example, I have I was asked, could I help somebody out? And I accepted. And part of me was like, why do I always say yes to people? Shouldn't I say no? But I was like, no, I actually do want to help out and I want to get out of the house. And my majority of my business is online now. So for me, I was like, no, it's a beautiful day. Let's get out. Let's do something. And it was a very short period of time. But then when I came home, somebody wasn't feeling well. And that was a feminine who was going through purges. So I ended up being of service for them and getting things together to support them because they really weren't able to handle things. And what I'm trying to say here as an excerpt of this story is just to relay that things will come to you in order for the universe to ask, how can you be in service? How can you be of service? And it could literally mean helping somebody cross the street. It could just mean buying somebody behind you in the queue a cup of coffee. Like, whatever it is, you are going to be called to do that. And I'm being asked to remind you that every act of service is a great deal, whether it's small or large, whatever you consider it to be small or large. Don't undermine the amount that you do for one person. Even a smile can mean a great deal to somebody on the street. It does lift your spirits. And what I'm seeing here is you're just being asked, feminines, to a attempt to take each moment as it is, to be present in where you are, fully present in where you are. And as you're doing that, your energy, your aura is expanding. So, yes, you may be feeling other feminines who are purging, but you're also being asked to strengthen your intuition, strengthen your acts of service, strengthen your gifts in this way. And that's why some of you will be purging, but some of you will be observing others purging, if this makes sense. What do we need to know about the overall energies for the divine masculine? The Ace of Swords. This is something that I find really interesting because the Ace of Swords, for me, usually depicts a truth, a moment of truth, a new beginning of truth, speaking authentically, honestly, openly. But what I'm seeing here is the divine masculine being confused. Masculines are confused on which way is up. It feels as if the feminines are constantly focusing on the masculines, they're not focusing on divine. And please, please do listen to yesterday's message. Um, for me, that was so important because this is almost a continuation of why the masculines feel lost. Because when you divine feminines are not focused on the divine, the masculines aren't able to heed your advice and follow through because you're not in that stable alignment with source. So even though they want to see clarity, I see them looking behind, almost looking for guidance, and the feminines are saying up. They're pointing upwards. So it's the feminines who are still looking upwards in this card, and the masculines are being a little bit confused. So let's call a little bit of clarification on the Eights of Swords. Wow, that was quick. The High Priestess. I love this card has come out as clarification because, again, it literally symbolizes the feminines are being asked to trust their intuition, to trust their higher selves. And in turn, the masculines are trusting themselves too as a result of that. It's an opposite and equal reaction to you trusting yourself, feminines. So, what else do we need to know about the feminines and the current level of awareness regarding ascension? The Seven of Cups. I feel this is more about you're going to be bombarded with so many energies, with so many people wanting and vying for your time and energy. And it really is up to you, feminines, to be a little bit more diligent in who gets access to you. It's not saying that you need to seclude yourself, but what it is saying that there is going to be many, many options for you, and it is going to be up to you to say no to certain things. So, what are the things that you're constantly being of service of, and where do you need to pull back that energy? So, I'm just going to get a little clarification regarding this Seven of Cups. What else do we need to know about the feminine saying no? Oh, thank you, Spirit. We've got the Six of Swords. In order for you to move forward and into a new beginning, the World card, it's saying that nothing is nothing is lost. Everything happens for a divine reason. Everything is enabling you to find that equilibrium between dark and light, good and bad. Because when we're looking at the Seven of Cups, it's saying that as soon as you say no to something, as soon as you reserve energy in one area, it's going to open up energy and efficiency in another area of your life. So you'll be able to move forward more swiftly once you've taken the authority and decision to say no to certain things. What is it about the divine masculines that are feeling lost and confused? If the divine feminines are focused on the masculines, wow, the Ten of Wands. I mean, it just exacerbates this. It exacerbates separation, it exacerbates the journey, it exacerbates the difficulty. So when the feminines are constantly focusing on the masculines' energies and they're not focusing on source, spirit, God, you're going to keep having these burdens to carry and you're in the process of letting these things go. So in a way, divine masculine is almost encouraging you feminines to say just let me go a little bit. You know, break the reins that are tying the both of you up in the physical because astrally it's kind of preventing both of you from moving forward. So you do need to let the grip go on this connection, be less obsessive and concerned about the masculines and what they're doing, and be more concerned about what you're doing. How are you evolving? What are you doing in your spiritual side of things? And when the spiritual side of things are kind of okay, which pretty much we're always ascended in the spiritual anyway, so it's never going to be complete. Are you focusing on your mental wellness? Are you focusing on your physical wellness? And if your physical wellness is okay, what about your mental? What about your emotional? So you're constantly keeping the cycle turning for yourself, and there's so much more for you to do instead of focusing on your masculines, if that makes sense. So, what do we need to know for the feminines who are focusing on themselves and keeping the wheel of wealth and abundance flowing? The Queen of Wands, this is beautiful because it's saying that you're taking the knowledge of this energy, you're channeling it in a very specific way. It could be your career, it could be education, it could be your mental wellness, your emotional stability, your spirituality. Maybe some of you are thinking about starting a new business. And when you're channeling all of this energy, it is not, there is no, what am I trying to say, Spirit? You are going to be successful. There is no choice but for success to meet you, to greet you, to acknowledge you. This is very beautiful here. I just want to get one more card clarifying the Queen of Wands, just because, why not? The Four of Wands, wow. So the more and more you focus on yourself, Four of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. If you focus on yourself, you can either focus on your masculines and you keep looking at why aren't they here? It's missing. There's something missing here, and you're perpetuating that cycle of separation. Or you can look inwards and you can target your energy in a very specific way, and that's bringing about union, celebration, wealth, success, happiness, all of those things, because you know that everything you need is within you. What happens for the masculines who continually go through this distraction cycle? What is happening in those masculines who aren't able to focus on their feminine in the astral? The Page of Wands, it feels very futile. So when masculines are being distracted, they keep chasing these small pleasures, these small temptations. It's very much a immature type of energy. So the more you focus on your masculines, feminine, this is a big message. The more you focus on your masculines, the less mature they are. It just goes to show that your impact on source energy on yourself is a direct effect in terms of the masculine's growth in the astral. What is happening for the divine feminines who are really truly connected with source energy? The Two of Swords, this for me is the feminine ascension energy. Feminines are ascending so quickly right now, and this is why some of you are being purged or purging. Why have we got the Two of Swords here for the feminine ascension? Thank you, Spirit. The Strength card. This is insane. The Strength card, right? This is yours. You've asked for this. You came into this timeline and you asked Source and you were like, look, I'm going to take the role of the divine feminine because the divine masculine role is really difficult. So I'm going to take this difficult, the less of the difficult path. And masculines are like, okay, well, I'm strong enough. I'm going to take the masculine path. Okay. You go about your own way, you find each other in the physical, and the journey becomes a little bit more difficult, or it seems a little bit more difficult. But this was the whole point of this journey. When you ascend, you learn a new lesson and you ascend some more, and you learn a new lesson and you ascend some more. The thing is, the lessons won't ever stop because you're becoming higher versions of yourself. And you're able to tackle more difficult, problematic challenges than you could before. Like today's challenge is completely different to last year's challenge. Last year's challenge, you probably wouldn't have batted an eyelid if it happened to you this year because you've already experienced it. You can't grow from that. This is why those challenges end up strengthening you and elevating you in such a degree because if you went through the same challenge, you wouldn't grow, you wouldn't expand. What about the Divine Masculine's current challenge? The Eight of Pentacles. Working on themselves has been the hardest job for them. And I feel like this is only a confirmation because the masculines understand how the feminines have worked a lot for their health, for their spirituality, for their friendships, right? And we've got the King of Swords here, and the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords. So it's almost as if they're trying to speak a little bit more openly and honestly about themselves to themselves because they never really gave themselves credit enough on worthiness, appreciation, acknowledgement, having that. They always could depend on themselves, but they never really gave them acknowledgement, self-respect, self-worth, self-love about that dependency that they had. It was a begrudging dependency. And now that they know they're dependent on themselves, but they're asking themselves to speak almost kindly, kinder, go into a leadership role and just say, look, I have accomplished a lot. I don't need somebody else to give me praise or acknowledgement. What's happening in the near future for the feminines at this time? The chariot, things are moving so, so quickly for you. As soon as you've ascended one path, you go into another. As soon as you learned one lesson, you go into another. You are steamrolling through these challenges, feminines, and spirit is very much on your side because we've got the cups, we've got the wands, we've got the swords. The only thing that here is missing is the pentacle. So right now, you're in this emotional energy. You're in this fire ether energy. You're in the thought process. You're in the mental wellness. You're in all of these spiritual ascension ways. But the only thing that you're missing from here is the physical. And it's okay because the physical usually is the last thing that comes together. But you're moving forward. Just be aware that you're on the right path, you're doing the right thing. And this is a reassurance message for you to say that you're going to be quite unique in experiencing these things, but embrace this uniqueness, embrace this weirdness. There's far more people in this community that resonate with this message. And if you are resonating with it, make sure you hit the like button or maybe even drop an emoji that you feel if you want to share your story about anything that you've heard so far, anything that resonates. Please do drop it in the comments box because you will be surprised how that little bit of service actually helps somebody else in the future or when they're reading your own messages. Let's have a look at what's coming up for the near future for the masculines. We've got the Emperor card. Come on, guys. You've gone from insecurity, from acknowledging that you need to focus on your feminines. When the focus on the feminines is asking them for the next step, the next stage, the next move, you've then understood that when they get derailed and they're focusing on the masculines, well, then the masculines get lost. So that's when there's this self-fulfilling perpetual cycle of distractions, of temptations, of lower vibrational karmic energies. When they're able to really work on themselves spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, they know that they can give themselves credit for this consistent dependent behavior. They can speak to themselves better than they had before. And as the feminines are ascending, they're leading the masculines to think of themselves in a better way. So you feminines are elevating your sense of self-respect for yourself. You're elevating your sense of trust. You're elevating your sense of faith. And in turn, because of those things, because you're not focusing on your masculines are growing stronger because of your focus on yourself. What do we need to know about this connection? The lovers, yeah. Oh, God. I did not expect that. I'm just like blown away because the feminines are focusing on self-fulfillment, for love, for faith, for trust, for inner harmony and balance and peace and bliss and focusing on themselves. And the masculines feel this ascension. And what's coming in the near future for the twin flames? The Lover's card. A decision because you've decided to choose yourself. You decided to work on yourself, and the masculines are taking your lead because you've worked and focused on yourself, feminines. What a beautiful reading. I love this reading. Please, please pop a heart emoji or pop two hearts, one representing you, one representing your masculine or feminine, whoever you're listening in for. And I'm sending you guys so much love. Bye for now.